Lindsey and Aaron sitting in a tree. Kissing. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the baby and the baby carriage.
Hey y'all, welcome to First Comes Love, Then Comes Marriage podcast. My name is Lindsey Jackson.
And I'm Aaron Jackson.
And on this 13th episode, we're talking about holidays and parenting and family and all that.
So listen up.
Let's go. Welcome back to the 13th episode of First Comes Love, Then Comes Marriage podcast. My name is Lindsey Jackson.
And I'm Aaron Jackson.
And we were discussing the holiday spirit, the holiday time, and we have different perspectives on Santa Claus, okay? So as far as parenting is concerned, I actually don't think we should raise action thinking about Santa Claus and baby.
And I believe that we should not promote Santa Claus, but not tell him that Santa Claus is a fictional character.
Okay. The question is, how do we parent with conflicting beliefs? Tell me first why you want to raise action to believe in Santa Claus.
Believe in Santa Claus.
Believe in Santa Claus.
I just feel like children should have that sense of wonder and that imagination. I like wonderment, magical things, the excitement and the feeling that you get of Christmas time when it comes to Santa Claus and the magical elves and all these things. And I don't want to take away that feeling from my son at such a young age, because eventually I found out or figured out that Santa wasn't real. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't devastating, but I don't think anybody came up to me and was like, I know all these other people were celebrating Santa Claus, but Santa Claus isn't real. Mm-hmm. That's a fake thing. I compare it to Black Panther, right? You're not gonna have your kid watch Black Panther and be like, you know what, this is a fictional character. You know, they like Spider-Man, they like Black Panther, they like Batman, they like these type of things, and I put Santa Claus in that realm of things to just be excited about. Mm-hmm. So I want to do the milk and cookies and leave it out, and then he'll eat the milk and cookie. I'll eat the milk and cookies as we're wrapping his gifts at night while he sleep. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm going to put the $2 underneath his pillow for the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
These are things that I feel like we should do, and I feel like if you're gonna do one, put the money under the pillow, you should do the other. There's no reason not to do the other. So that's one of the reasons why I want to do, the whole Santa Claus thing for Christmas. But the real discussion is, how do we parent when we have conflicting things? What if one parent doesn't want to whoop the child, and another parent is like, oh, we have to whoop a child, right? Those are conflicting things. And we talked about certain things. We talked about discipline, right? And there is a compromise. I think the goal is to know that we want the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. And so we want a well-raised child who is respectful and is raised the right way, talking it out and getting the other person's perspective and trying to find a middle ground, to me, is the best way to do it. We both want discipline, and we have to come up as parents as a common ground on how we're going to discipline that child. That's one of the things I think that people would disagree about, on how they discipline their child. Another thing would be whether or not Santa Claus is real or not. And these are things that can be, it's not really contentious, but if you want something really badly for your child and the other person is like no, then you have to side with this person. I want my son in football. I don't want my son in football. These are things, and so it's like, oh, do you want your son in football because you play football and you want to like relive that, or do you want your son in football because you want him to be a world class athlete? If that's the case, then while we put him, I don't want him in football because I don't want him to get hurt with head to head combat. I mean, head to head collisions. So let's find a common ground and put him into something that you're still physically demanding, but it's less physical, you know? And I feel like those are the type of conversations that parents need to have when they have a difference in opinion, because you have to get the other person's perspective and understand it, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So, Scrooge.
Wow.
How do you feel about this? You've been kind of quiet. Let me hear what you got to say.
Well, okay. So the topic came about because of Christmas time, because we're in this holly jolly spirit, and yes, we disagree about if we're going to do the whole Santa Claus package. Because to me, like you said, it's the milk and cookies, it's writing Santa a letter, it's, doing those things. And it's so funny because we go see Santa Claus every year.
Mm-hmm.
We go to Macy's, we see Black Santa, only in New York, and I literally look online to make the reservation like in October. Whenever the first day is, I'm like, we got to get this reservation. We're going to be in. And so we love Santa, but I love Santa knowing he's a fictional character. I've never believed there was a Santa, and it's never tarnished my Christmas spirit. I'm not a Scrooge. I don't need to believe that there is a Santa in order to enjoy the wonderment of Christmas. That's just me. I mean, when I tell him, or when and if we tell him, because we haven't decided, but when and if we tell him, that there's no Santa, we're also going to let him know, you don't need to tell everybody. Our opinion's our opinion. You don't tell any other kids. We would tell him the respectful ways to go about handling it. But I just don't think that we need to play into Santa comes down and drops it from the presents, from the chimney and things like that. And I also, because I remember going to houses and people saying, okay, now this gift is from Santa. And they're like, what? Thank you, Santa. And so now they're thanking this crazy man. And it's so funny because
I would like to say something.
Yes.
We got gifts from Santa and we got gifts from Jesus.
Wow.
At my house. So
yeah.
I've said in my
Which
age,
gifts did you like more?
It doesn't matter. Gifts are gifts.
No, because if Santa gave you the better gift, would you like Santa more than Jesus?
No.
Okay, just a question because I didn't have that.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember what gift.
Okay.
I mean, the gift from Jesus is eternal life. So. So let's not forget that. But yes, I did that. So continue. Sorry about that.
No, it's so funny because that's how you experience Christmas is pretty much like how you think you're gonna continue forward with it in your adulthood. We didn't get gifts from Jesus because it's Jesus' birthday. We should be giving Jesus the gift. I mean, we put up our Happy Birthday Jesus banner. We sang to Jesus. Jesus got a cake, So we had completely different Christmas experiences. We didn't get gifts in the traditional sense from my parents. Every year I got a Bible and a journal, okay? And I love my journal and I love my Bible. And every year I knew what was happening, or we got maybe some scholastic things for, items for school, but it wasn't anything materialistic. And again, our dog's name is Christmas and I named him. I love Christmas. So it didn't tarnish anything for me, not believing in Santa Claus, if you will, because, yeah. But anywho, how we're going to deal with this parenting is we're going to talk about it, because I really think, we say this time and time again, communication is key. We want the best for Action, and he's going to be raised in the best way that we know how. So I never thought about Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy as the same thing because I always knew there was no Tooth Fairy either, but I'm looking for the dollar. You said $2. What? $2. We got $1. You know, I knew that person not real. Easter Bunny, that also is a whole nother topic that we got to go into at a later date. But so we're going to talk about it. We're going to figure it out. And I think Santa Claus, like you had said, if something's very important to one person, that's also a heavier conversation. It's like, okay, if football is, you want our child to play football, it's very important to you. Let's talk about why. If you really wanted to raise action to believe in Santa Claus, okay, then we could talk about it. Okay, how far do you want to go? Do you want to dress up as Santa Claus? Do you want to,
Definitely, I will definitely be dressing up as Santa Claus. Do you see this beard?
And I don't mind that because then he's definitely going to know there's no Santa Claus, okay? He's not going to believe it at all.
Can't you see Action singing I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus with me and a luscious gray beard dressed up as Santa Claus, and he sees me kiss you, and then he sings just like Michael Jackson.
And these are things I love about Christmas. I love this. I think, yes, he can see it, and he doesn't necessarily have to go all the way to believe it, but sure.
I literally thought that that song was about adultery until I'm talking like 21, 22.
I remember I was there when you realized the song.
I was like, wait, that's his dad? That's his dad?
I remember. Yes. Okay.
But continuing, sorry to cut you off.
No.
This is how are you going to deal with issues? You said having the communication, getting my perspective on why it's important to me.
Yeah, because we said this quote, we used this quote rather on Instagram, Actions Holding the Letterboard. What's important to you is important to me. And that is fact. We have always said that. Even when we were dating, it's been to the point where it's like when we're having a conversation and you're not understanding me, and all I have to say is, this is important to me. And you literally are like, okay, wait a second, let me hear with new ears. So, we're going to go about it. We don't even have to think about this right now. Our child is 1, and he's going to enjoy all the wonderment of just being around family. He just loves people. So it's going to be fine.
Hi, everybody. This is the Am I Wrong segment where I am usually right. And
Ooh, he know he wrong.
And Lindsey tries to prove me wrong. So, since we're talking about parenting a little bit today, I would like to say that we do shifts. We have shifts when it comes to action. Lindsey probably, I'll give you 75% shift. I'll give him taking naps maybe 5%, and then I have the other 20%. When my shift is over, I need Lindsey to step in immediately, and so she doesn't understand. I don't have the motherly things that happen when you become a mother. What does it happen?
Nurturing?
The nurturing part of it. So when my shift, and I love action. When my shift is over, when people get a new energy when they leave work, they clock it out.
Yes.
That's what it is. And sometimes Lindsey walks in, when the people walk into work, they want to put their purse down. They want to talk to somebody about current events. No. And so, am I wrong? When my shift is done, take the baby and let me go. Because as dad, it's like, woo, this 20% was draining.
First of all, y'all, he does a lot more than 20%. He is an excellent father. Action loves him, and I think that is the main reason, because he could literally be in another room and he'll sniff. He'll be like, and Action be like, Daddy? I mean, Daddy was his first word. So as much as, people like, boys love their moms, and he loves me. He hears, it's just the twinkle in his eyes when he sees Papa. So yes, but also going back to the Am I Wrong? I should be allowed to decompress. If I'm waking up from a nap, let me go to the bathroom first. Let me just have a little moment, and I will come in to the presence and say, hey, baby, what's happening? Let's share a moment together. So, yes, I give you time. Do I not give you time? You can take a shower.
What,
you can
the
do
debrief?
Yes,
Okay, let me tell you about Lindsey.
You come home from
I had to have a conversation with her. I said, hey, baby, when your shift is over, let me know, because she started doing it where I came in. I tried to relieve her, and she would be like, oh, and you just walk away.
And I just walk away.
and so I was like, yo, just let me know when you're done, because sometimes I come into her shift and try to help out a little bit. I try to relieve on her shift.
Right.
But when she's off the clock, she is off the clock.
I close that door.
Yes. So when I'm on the clock and it's time for me to be off the clock, I want her to step in. I want to do the same thing where I'm just like, boom, boom, dum, 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 dum. So you let me know, am I wrong?
All right, y'all.
All right.
Let us know. You can DM us on Instagram at First Comes Love TCM.
Or you could call the voicemail at 347 TRU-LOVE. That's 347-878-5683.
Or you can email us at let's talk at firstcomeslove.com. All right, so we are back, and we are both from Los Angeles. A little bit about us, right? We're both from LA. We grew up 10 minutes apart from each other right here in South Central. And I have a big family, many siblings. You have a big family. And all that to say that holiday time has always been a shared time. Even when we were dating, when we were younger, it's because, you have so much family to get to, and I have so many family to get to. It's hard to be together and be with our family. Question for you. How do you deal with sharing your time with my family and your family during the holidays?
It was easier when we were in New York. Right?
Oh my goodness.
Because it was like,
it was FaceTime.
Yeah, it's us. We could just say hi. It's
perfect.
We actually divvied out. You were always going to Fresno for Thanksgiving, right? When we were dating.
Easy,
so
yeah.
Thanksgiving, we were away from each other when we weren't married. And then Christmas, I think I only started celebrating Christmas with your family once we were married. I think I went to one Christmas before we were married, but other than that,
I did, because that was when I went all the way out.
Yeah, you came to our Christmases at my family's Christmas, but I never really came to yours.
You went to one.
I went to one.
Yes.
And it's the thing about building your own traditions with your family. I think we're gonna have a whole nother episode about traditions, maybe closer to the holidays and stuff like that. But we love holiday seasons, and I know you in particularly love your family. You love being around your family. You love spending time. I, on the other hand, I love my family, but we're good. It's not like precious moments all the time. Like, because also I'm a little bit closer to my siblings as friends than you are with your siblings.
Right.
And so I hang out with my siblings more often. That it's not like an event when we're kicking it.
Yes.
But it goes back to our first segment. What's important to you is important to me. So if you're like, Thanksgiving was always Aaron Lindsey thing.
Yes.
Even when you were in college, you remember when you made me that nasty turkey?
You came to visit me every Thanksgiving when I was in college. And then from then forward, after 18 forward, we always spent Thanksgiving together. So this is going to be a very different year because we're here at home in my mom's house. And it's kind of like, how do we still hold on to that tradition? We spend our Thanksgivings together.
Yes.
We make a full meal. I stopped cooking the turkey because I was not good at it. It was terrible.
Yes. She bought when we were like 18, 19. I flew out to New York to spend Thanksgiving with her, and she bought deli turkey and heated it up.
I didn't eat meat,
And
y'all. I just didn't know.
It was the driest. I was eating like, oh my goodness.
Nothing was good that time. I don't think. The macaroni was okay, but the greens weren't
cranberry
good.
sauce was good. But you got
Straight
that
out
from
the
it was
can.
out the can, and I don't even know. Like I was mixing the cranberry with the turkey
to give it some
just so
juices.
I could, yeah. But like I was saying, we pick out like, oh, Christmas time is this year is going to be my family. Thanksgiving is up in the air because we're always going to be with we were always going to be together. We were kind of independent on Thanksgiving. And I feel like it should always be a give and take. It can't be gimme, 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 gimme. Some families have people who are older, right? They have, my grandmother's 101 and I need to spend this. So say we're taking turns. There are times where you could switch that turn. My grandmother's turning 101. I don't know how many more Thanksgivings she's got. Let's spend this Thanksgiving with her, type of thing. And yeah, that's how I feel. You have to discuss it. I am a corny person, and when I show up, I'm there. I do not like to be around a lot of people a lot of times. I don't like to be, quote unquote, the given, like Aaron's going to be there automatically.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
You don't like people relying on
Yeah,
you?
I'm not relying. It's just like, oh, well, if Lindsey's there, Aaron going to be there. Not necessarily. Like, sometimes I don't want to come to your staff Christmas party, or I don't want to come to your friends,
Right.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Pajama jam. And sometimes I do, but because I always feel like other guys get away with saying no.
Get the option, and you feel like you don't.
I never get the option.
Because I love you so much.
I know, but
and we have a good time together. So, is it flipped to me yet?
it is. It is.
Okay. I think that for us, and it's hard to do because here's the thing about my family. You could never give them enough time, enough anything. And I've always felt that way because even when we fly in, I'm like, okay, we're going to give them 4 whole days. They're like, what? You're leaving already? And so it's that feeling of, having to share. And so like this Christmas, you said we're spending with your family. We are, but we're still going to see my family. And so I feel like, I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a pull because we're going to see him for a couple hours, and then eventually we're going to have to say, bye. And the more that we're consistent, like how you say, consistent with either showing up or, doing certain things, they'll hopefully gain an understanding like, hey, Lindsey and Aaron are going to be here, but we have to share them with their other family because like my other siblings, are their families here? One of them is, but the other ones are in other states. And so they don't have to share them if they're in town. They're there for their family. I have known you all of my life. Your family has always been here. You got 2 parents and grandparents and aunties and uncles and siblings and everybody's here. So I think that just setting up those kind of rules and being consistent when we are here is going to help us and kind of building our own tradition and our own way and how we're going to do the holidays.
So this conversation actually made me think of that movie that you like, 4 Christmases.
Oh, yes. I love that movie. I love all Christmas movies. Top 5 Christmas movies, real quick.
Elf, 4 Christmases, Coming to America.
Wow.
I like Miracle on 34th Street. I wish they made a black version of it.
The new one? I know, they should do that.
And what's another Christmas movie that I really just... You know what? The Friday one. Friday After Next. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say Preacher's Wife, Santa Claus. I love Santa Claus, y'all. Elf, of course. And...
We putting each other on the spot right now. We didn't prepare for this.
We did it. Hold on. I got 2 more. I know I can do it. Oh, what do I always watch? What did we just buy?
The Grinch?
The Grinch. Thank you. And then my last one. It's just any movie that has that song in it. Any movie that has that song in it, I'm feeling it.
I'm blanking on Christmas movies right now.
Because usually we start way earlier. This is a different year, y'all. This is a different time for us. But yeah. So anywho, yes, you said 4 Christmases. So good. 4 Christmases. What about it?
So I'm thinking about how some couples, right? They don't even want to see their family. You have to set boundaries and be like, yo, this is my family. This is what we want. and not be pressured. You know, sometimes you're pressured by family, and I feel like you shouldn't be pressured. You should want to do it. It's almost like the episode that we had when we were like, don't show up if you're going to be stank, right?
Yes. Yeah, and that's true. You want, and that's why I say I want to see my family. I want to spend time with your family. We have to do it. And we have to realize that we can't do all day. We can't do all day, all night. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to be with your family. And when we leave, they're going to be like, oh, you're leaving? Or maybe, they'll be like, we'll see you when you get back. It's that type of expectation.
And attitude.
Yeah. Thank you.
You got to have the right attitude.
Thank you. Thank y'all for joining us on our 13th episode. Please hit us up. Let us know what you think. Actually, and also let us know your top 5 Christmas movies. We want to hear from you. You can DM us at First Comes Love TCM on Instagram.
Or you could call us at 347 TRU-LOVE. That's 347 TRU-LOVE, 347-878-5683.
Or you can email us at letstalk@firstcomeslove.com.
See you next Friday.
I just got done listening to Think Like a Man. And I want to say that you're both wrong. Because Aaron's definitely wrong for thinking he could just not answer the phone after 3, 4, 5, 11 messages from his wife. Okay, at the 3rd phone call, I would have been like, is there an emergency? It doesn't matter how many times. I mean, unless this is a boy who cried wolf scenario. But at the same time, Lindsey could be wrong. I mean, she knows where he is. She knows what he's up to. But back to Aaron. Being 30 minutes late is not the same as being 2 hours late. So maybe we need to work on doing a better job of approximating what time we're going to be back or what time we're going to be off. I'm hearing a lot of holes in this situation. Especially I was dying laughing, especially when Lindsey was like, this happens all the time. You can't go play basketball 2, 3, 4 times a week and you're late every single time. You got to adjust the time that you're going to be done, or you got to cut it early. Oh man, this is the 3rd time. I told my wife, I was going to be there 15 minutes ago. I have to stop now. Last point went. But Lindsey, again, I mean, after the 3rd phone call, you might want to do an iPhone lookup, or or try to remember, like, oh well, he is here. I don't know. Can you both be wrong?
Hello, Aaron and Lindsey. This is CJ Mitchell. I wanted to weigh in on the recent Am I Wrong from episode 12, the Captain Obvious one. Now, I have dealt with something similar before, so maybe I have a unique perspective. But I would say that Lindsey is wrong. The wife is a person that's supposed to edify and lift up. So constantly picking out small flaws that are in the works of being fixed is not only annoying, but it's not helpful, as you said that you want to be as a wife. Helpful would be, say, after an hour or 30 minutes, depending on how bad he smells, like if Aaron's come back from basketball and he's not showered yet, or he's lollygagging and not going towards the shower, then you push him in the direction of the dial soap. But until then, like, you are most comfortable with that person. So having them constantly point out, oh, you got a booger in your nose right this second when you're about to blow your nose, you're stinky or you're dirty, doesn't actually help and can weigh and grate, I would say, personally. So just work on just taking a step back and maybe not mentioning it until time has passed. And then if that's 20 minutes after, if that's 10 minutes after, then go, hey, have you brushed your hair yet? Have you brushed your teeth yet? Have you had a shower yet? That would be more helpful than pointing it out straight away. That's just my opinion. Love the show. Love to you both. Bye.